Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sue. In today's video, I am very excited to show you guys how I save my work locally. The platform I always use is from PEGA Academy. PEGA provides a lot of free instances for users to use, but every once in a while, PEGA is going to reset everything. What that means is that if you don't save your work, you're going to lose everything. So we want to prevent that from happening. And in today's video, I will show you guys how I saved my work by wrapping product file. If you're interested in how I do that, please keep watching. And hopefully at the end of the video, you will be able to save your work, share with other people, or download other people's work or even my work to your instance. So let's get started. First, let's go to pega.com. And of course, you will need an account. It's free, so you just click sign up and follow the instruction. I already signed up, so I'm gonna go ahead, click the training. Since I already have some courses under my dashboard, normally I can just go to my dashboard and click either of them. If you are new to PEGA, you don't have any of the courses, how do you find them? You can hover over here and search. The one I like to use is the System Architect. And honestly, you can pick this mission, different mission. The mission really doesn't matter, but it's just me, kind of like a habit. I always go to the System Architect. It has 24 challenges, which means it has a lot of instances. So if you scroll down, you will see an orange label. It says challenge. And once we open it, it has this thing. You must initiate your own PEGA instance to complete this challenge. So you don't have to complete the challenge. We're just using this instance to do whatever we wanted to do. And click it. And you gotta wait for about 5 minutes. Sometimes it's shorter, sometimes longer. So it really depends on the mood of PEGA that day. We are extremely lucky today. It was really fast. And you want to launch it. It's going to ask for a username and a password. You say, okay, I don't have one. Well, it actually provides you over here. You have author@gogo.com and the password is PEGA123. With that. I already saved it. Okay, let's log in. If you want to have your own application, you want a completely new rule set, what we can do is to go to Dev Studio. And click this application. You'll see new application, right? And you click it. This is going to guide you through creating a new application. This is a new application wizard. Right now, let me just stick with the classic because I don't want to give you guys wrong information. My new application, I'm just testing. Now, if you just hit the create application, it's cool, you're going to get a new application. However, your rule will be put under the GoGo road. Like they're not going to be a new organization, division, or unit. So what I like to do is to click advanced configuration. So as you can see, this is correct. It's called testing and the version is 010101. However, look down, the organization name is still under GoGo. And if you want to create a new organization name, for example, mine's always Susu because that's my name. And division, let me just call it div unit. Okay, for now, and it automatically changed the class layer. Let me save that. And now hit the create application. All right, you are all done. Okay, so now we know that we have a testing application, but somehow here we're still under this Go Road default application. How do we switch to the testing application we just created? You say, hey, I see there's a switch application. Yes, that's how you do that. For testing purpose, let's create some rules. A login stage, and create a step called login credential. Configure view, we just need a username and a password. The purpose of this video is to demonstrate how you can download my file, like my work, into your instance. And then when you open your instance, you will be able to access my testing application as well as this case lifecycle. So now I'm going to show you how to wrap all of my rules. Let's go to records, and under this sysadmin, you will find the rule set over here, and click it, and you can see we have this testing integration rule set SUSU. That's our organization, SUSU int. For now, let's take a look at what this testing has. All right, it looks like our version 101.01 already have 30 rules. Now let's just pretend our first version is done. We are ready to go to our next version. So our job right now is to wrap this rule and somehow assemble it and send it to you. All we can do is we're still at this testing 01.01 rule set, right? Let me show you again. You want to click this number, this blue number, under all rules of the first version. Click it and find the product rule. So P, where's P, the product rule, right? It's over here. And click it. So PEGA has already done this first product rule for you. There's not much you need to do, except over here at the bottom, you can preview your product file. It's like a summary of your product rule. If everything looks fine, then we want to create product file. As for the naming convention, I'll just do my application name and include today's date. Remember to put .jar or .zip at the end of your name, because if you don't, it's going to warn you that you need to add that. I normally do jar, but zip is fine. So it shows that we can't create our product rules yet because we haven't logged all of the rule set yet. And the way to fix it is very easy. You just follow the instruction. You click the first one, and even though there's no rules over here, but we still need to log and save. Give a password, submit, right? And we have 3 more to lock and save. You do the same thing. For the rest of 3. Now, got a testing and a testing int. And the last one. So after you're done, you can close that and go back to your product file and create this product file again. The name's already there, so don't worry about it, and click OK. This time it will allow you, and you can click here to download it. So I'm going to keep it. Now I have my product file, the version 01.01.01 ready. I am going to upload it to my GitHub. So you guys can download it and test it out. All right, let's submit that change. So you can see it's over here, and once you download it, what you should do. Let's pretend I don't have this instance, right? Let's pretend I am you right now. I'm going to close this instance and pretend I have nothing here. What I can do is to open a new instance. Instead of using the one already saved all of my work, I'm going to just open another random one, but make sure it's not the same one. So this one should be fine. Author at my town. And you can already tell we are in a brand new instance, because even the default application has changed from GoGo Road to My Town 311, right? The reason why I pointed out is that I wanted to tell you guys this application has nothing to do with our previous testing application. They are built from 2 different instances. So here's the question: how do I import my previous product file into this new instance? Well, first we still need to go to Dev Studio and go to Configure, Application. Under the distribution, you will see package, export, import, migrate, patchwork. So what we want to do is to import and choose file. So this is the one I created today. And you can download it here from my GitHub. Go to next. Okay, click next. And import all of them. Now you wait. And we're done. So this instance should have our testing application now, right? How do we testify? How do we verify? Where can we find this testing application? Before, we just need to go to application and the switch application. But this current time, you see there's no switch application, right? And what we can do is to go to the user profile and click this operator. The reason why we don't have the switch application option is because we only have one access group, which is mytown 311, which means this user, this author at mytown, doesn't have the access or authorization to our testing application. What we can do is to create a new access group, and hopefully it will pop up. Yep, you can see we have administrators, authors, manager, users. Normally I just go with the author. Now let's save it. And see, we have switch application option now. Once you click the testing application, it's going to show you all the rules we created like 10 minutes ago. If you have successfully import the rule set, you should be able to see exactly the same thing I'm seeing right now. We can go to our case types and see if the, what was it, like the login credential, yep, username and a password, yes it is. Our next challenge is that, okay, so we have this testing application 010101 available for all of you guys. How do you guys build new rules, create a new rules on top of this first version? As you can see, it's locked, right? There's nothing I can do to create a view or do anything. I can't do anything because this rule set has been locked. Okay, your job now is to create another version. Instead of unlocked my first rule version, you wanted to create a new version on top of the first one. Why is that? So when we create a new version, you want to go to record and go to system admin. There's a rule set over here. Like I showed you guys before, when I click this testing, the reason why we want to create a 010102 version on top of this first version is that it's going to be easier to maintain and manage all the rule sets. If you just keep creating new things on this version 01, then later on, if you find, okay, I made a mistake, and it's going to be really, really hard to adjust it or change anything because they're just all crumbled together. All right, so now let's create a new version. What we can do is to go to Action and hit Create. And PEGA knows we're just updating the patch version. We're not doing skimming or doing any major or minor change. We're just doing the patch. Let's create and open. All right, so our new rule version has already been created, and you can see it's unlocked. So now when we go back to our case type, it's going to allow us to update it. If it still doesn't, this is something that I found PEGA really has this issue with Chrome browser. What you can try is to copy this link and go to your incognito window and paste the link over here and log in. Let's see if it works this time. Showing the same error. Let's debug together. Go to Dev Studio and open your testing rule set. I see, I probably didn't save it when I create a new rule set. We can do that again. It's very quick and easy. Just create it and open. Now we save it. Okay. So when we go back to our testing case type, you see the blue warning is gone, and we can now create new things. What I wanted to do for my next step is to let's just pretend that we're gonna collect some user information and do personal info. Create. Yeah, I'm just doing some demonstration, so it doesn't mean anything. Just trying to show you guys how to create a rule set and how to wrap a product file. Let me add some more first name and last name, and maybe email address. That should be good. Okay, let's save it. Once we save our second step, everything we create in PEGA is going to generate a rule. And once we have that rule generated by PEGA, we go back to our testing rule set and you refresh this page, you will see we just created 10 rules. Open it. But this time, when we are trying to create a product rule for version 02, you see there's no product rule. Unlike our first version, the product rule was automatically created. So that tells us we have to create our own product rule for version 02. And that's why I wanted to spend a little bit more time on this wrapping file because it's more complicated. Okay, so once you have your 02 version set up, everything is done, you're ready to move on to the third version. What we can do is to go to the only product rule, which is the first one. And if you forget how to open your first product rule set, you can also go to records and under sysadmin and here click this product, you will see we have this rule version. Click it. Okay. Go to Actions and hit Create. Now, this can be a little bit tricky. When we first create our product rule set, the label is your application name, testing. If you don't know what your label should be, you can always go back to your first product rule set and you can see the name is testing, right? So we want to make sure it's the same name. Later on, it's going to help us to identify which rule set it belongs to and what's the version. For the product version, you'd be like, okay, it's easy. It's just 01, 01, 02, right? It is 01, 01, 02. But what do you put in between? Like, is it dot or dash? If you go back to your testing product rule set 01, you will see for the ID is 01.01.01, and underneath you see that's the product version. But what's the dash? The dash is your rule set version. They're different. Okay? So now we know that we use dot to link product version. Here, let me just do 01.01.02. Looking good. Adding to rule set. Yes, we wanted to add it to rule set, the highest rule set, the 01, 01, 02 with a dash in between. Okay, let's create and open. Alright, you see this is a blank and there are a couple places that we need to fill out. The first application and a component to include. This one, you want to leave it blank because it's asking for your application, and in our first product rule set, we already include this application. We don't need to include it again. Okay, but for the rule sets to include, you want to include your application name, minimum version, and a maximum version. So think about it. What's the minimum version of the rule set we want to include for this product rule set? Do we want wrap the rule set from 010101 to 010102? No, why not? Because if we do that, we're pretty much combining the first rule set to the second one. And the whole reason we're creating a separate product rule is we want to separate them. So that's why we need just this specific rule set. We don't want it to have anything to do with the first rule set. And don't forget to put the link, with a dot or dash. This is a rule set, and earlier we talked about it. The rule set is using dash to link them. Okay, let's do that. Oh, oops, where did it go? All right, and check this box. And don't worry about the rest of them. The next thing is the class instance. Don't worry about it. Okay, individual instance to include. Okay, so this section, it is too tricky that I have to look at my notes. The label is your application, and then you have to specify this rule set version, which is 01, 01, 02. As for the key, there's no way I can remember what to put here, but I can show you where to find the key. You want to go back to your all the rule set and go to Actions, click View XML file. Once you open that, you see a lot of things. Don't worry about it. All you need to do is to search for key. We're looking for something very specific. We're looking for something that has the rule version, our application, and a bunch of numbers. You can see this one looks like it, but it doesn't have a version number, so it's going to be a pass. This one doesn't contain any information. This one's the same. Looking for some numbers with a key. Where is it? Okay, this is what we're looking for. Rule set version, and our application name and a version name. Let's copy it. That is our key. Okay, close this tab, go back to our product rule set. Under the key, we're gonna paste it. But don't forget to change 01, 01, 01 to 01, 01, 02. Make sure this part is the same as this part. Okay, so now I think we're done with configuring product rule set. Going to save it. Okay, everything looks good. Now we can preview our product file. We can create a product file. Let me just go ahead and create a product file. It's still called the testing in today's date. And because we already have one named the same name, so to differentiate from the previous one, I'm going to add an underscore and put 02 as an identifier and put that jar. Create OK. We probably need to log the rule set again. Yep, so it's asking us to log the rule set. We do the same thing, log and save. Okay, and now we can create a product file. Okay, download it. So I'm going to upload this my second product rule set into my GitHub. You guys can download it as well. But really, the main point of today's video is showing you guys how to wrap a product rule set, especially any version above 010101, because the first version that's pretty much created by PEGA already. There's nothing we need to do, but anything above that, any version above the first version is going to need some configuration, and it can be complicated. Like I mentioned before, I learned this technique from my friend Becca. So she also has a YouTube tutorial channel. She does a really good job explaining case life cycle. If you have any question about creating stage, steps, or view, those kind of things, I really recommend you guys to watch her videos as well. I will post her link down below so you guys can go to her channel and check that out. Now that you know how to create a product file, how to import it, why is this skill so important? When we use this free PEGA instance, it's great. I mean, it's free, right? But especially for me, when I try to create a video and I can't just do everything at one day. And sometimes when I come back a week later, they erased everything I created. So I pretty much have to redo like all the work I've done in the previous, which can be a little bit annoying. So I found out, using this product rule set, I can actually save my work and just simply import to the instance, even though they wiped all my data, which was not cool. Okay, it's not okay, just wipe all my work. But anyway, that's one of the benefits of having this product file. Another thing I found is really helpful is that not only you can save your work, you can also look at other people's work. For example, you can go to my GitHub and download my work, right? I mean, it's not the best work because it's just for testing purpose, but let me show you something that's really cool. PEGA Hackathon 2020. Okay, you go there and find the project gallery. Who this guy, Mr. Mermiklis, holy moly, he's a genius. He created this V for Volunteer application. It is so awesome. I watched the video and I read it through. It is super cool, and no doubt he's the winner of last year. But better things is that he actually, this guy is really dedicated. Look, he has this try it out. He has this drive google.com, and you open it, you can download it. I already downloaded it, but let's see. Once you download it, you unzip it, you will see this jar file. Does it look familiar? Yes, it is exactly how we wrapped our product rule. So what you can do is to go to your PEGA Dev Studio, not this one. This one, okay, you go to your PEGA Dev Studio and do exactly the same thing. We want to go to our configure, and under application distribution, you want to import. Choose a local file and the one we just downloaded. Okay, it's over here, and open it and click next. Yeah. Just keep clicking next. It's going to take a while because he has like 1,000 of rule. While waiting for the product rule to be imported, you can spend some time watching his video. He does a really good job explaining what his application is built for. And I've tried that. It looks awesome. I really liked his user interface. But of course, you don't have to just focus on one person's job. What you can do is to go to, the project gallery and find the one that interests you the most and download their work. So this is it for today's video. Thank you all for watching it. I hope you guys have a great day. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.